Hello YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? Um, so this video is gonna be a little bit more about stuff, getting free stuff or getting very discounted stuff. Essentially, terms like perks, gimmicks, that sort of thing. So basically, what perks are really worth the trouble of going to get them in the first place, if there is trouble involved? I might include some things I don't have on this list, but I went through a fair number of different sorts of things in this list. Um, the first thing I want to mention here is that when you're talking about perks, just nice things that come along that are free, awesome stuff I could use. Anything that involves contracts or giving information or payment of something else over time. If you already have a contract for something that you yourself wanted, if you have a contract and it's something that you pay the company regularly for some period of time, and they give you a perk, I guess a good example of this would be like a phone company they offer, different packages, or phone or TV or cable, or whatever, or internet, phone, TV, internet. If they have the perks that they offer, I think we all have reason to be immediately suspicious of those perks. You get discounted whatever for a certain amount of time, and after that it goes to the regular rate. It's always a question of how long that's going to be, how much of a discount you're getting, and what's the regular rate, and how long are you locked into that contract, and what are they going to charge you to break the contract, and could you break the contract, or would you if you had to move or something? Would that involve breaking contract? What if all these things to consider in different situations that you might want to move? Anyway, all kinds of situations. So yeah, I don't think when you think of perks in that regard, they're I don't know. Anyway, so I'm, and of course there's kind of some scams that you might be thinking scams in that regard. Yeah, so in general, I don't think they're, I'm pretty suspicious of anything that is like that. So that being said, there are times when you buy something bigger and you get a few little things on top. Well, let's say that you're buying a new car, and the car salesman starts to talk about things like well, he's talking about things you're not interested in. If you're not interested in it, you can tell him I'm not really interested in it. The more the car salesman doesn't seem to pick up on what you are really looking for, like, this is a big thing, right? The better of a chance that you're not going to buy a car from that person. We know, I guess this is more like a gimmick. None of us like to have a bunch of gimmicks thrown at us, unless they start to sound like something that we actually might want when you're buying something big, because that's stressful enough. You're gonna, something big, you save up a lot of money for this over time. It's stressful. Yeah. Okay, moving on here. Other perks. more enjoyable. There are sometimes something called employee perks. Right? When I worked at Six Flags with the Enchanted Village Wild Waves, if there were any perks that came with the job, and I was just a janitor, but if there were any perks that came with the job, I imagine that I got a few free tickets for someone. I never used them. I gave them away to some friends of mine. It's a perk, though. Free tickets. That's a little bit of money that they saved. I suppose another perk working there was, that there are times when they didn't really have set times for breaks, and so you could take a break, whatever, and I don't know. I mean, even the length of your breaks wasn't always regulated at the time, as long as the job was getting done. But that was just when I worked there. But yeah, that's kind of a perk, but it's a double-edged sword a little bit. It wasn't really an official perk. If you have employee discounts on food for working at Amusement Park, that's a nice perk. It's nice. Then again, it depends on the nature of the food. If the food's really unhealthy, then is that a perk, or is that, I don't know. Just a question of how long you're going to have that job, I suppose. But there are, having a company car. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the perk. But just realize if it's a company car, if you don't have that job in the future, it's still a company's car. So I've never had a job like that, but I could see that being a perk. Knowing lots of very wealthy people, I guess this is more a self-employment thing, kind of, and marketing, door-to-door salesman, or whatever. If you know lots of wealthy people, if you just know a lot of people that would be really interested in something that you're trying to sell for this company, or whatever, I don't know if that'd be a perk, be more of an advantage that you might have. But honestly, these kinds of jobs, a lot of times I don't like these kinds of jobs. I'm very suspicious of those jobs, and sometimes I'm more than suspicious. I think that some things I've heard are just downright criminal. That I've heard about some of these companies that have people go out and sell their stuff. Because, sometimes it is a scam, right? So, there's all kinds of different perks, It always comes down to how much you really feel like you're getting something, a good thing for free or whatever. Being a teacher sometimes at a music store, getting a 20% discount on music, that can be a bit of a perk. It can save you a little bit of money. Yeah, it's not much each time you buy music, but if you're always buying music from those stores, it's nice. Let's see. So yeah, employee perks. Yeah, a lot of times they definitely, I think, are worth it. But are they a reason to keep a job? Probably not sometimes. Anyway, another thing too, with grocery stores doing the Monopoly thing. Are you playing Monopoly? I think the Monopoly thing is not really a perk. It's not really all it's cooked up. It's not all it's cooked up. It's not all it's cooked up to be. Basically, put it that way. Not a perk. I very, very rare. Sweepstakes, and I don't know. Yeah, I'll try other sweepstakes on occasion. And by the way, I've never gambled. I think gambling is an absolute waste. Never do it. Never, ever do it. So many free video games worth playing are now riddled with sneaky ways to get money from you. Right? It's the question of how much you enjoy the game, the question of how value you see in the game. Really. But it's just kind of a question of what you see in the game, and can you keep all the things that you have in the game, and that sort of thing. I'm used to having fantasy video games a certain way. You pay for it in advance, and then you don't have to pay any more money. That's something that I think affects my view of online fantasy games that are higher quality. But that's just me. Everybody's a little different there, but it seems to be a growing trend. There are more and more games that tempt you to spend more money than you would like to have spent. And, I think Pokemon Go would probably fall in this category, but you can play Pokemon Go. You can play periodically, you get free Pokeballs at Pokestops and things. You don't have to spend any money. It's just a question of how quickly do you want to advance, I suppose, or how often, how long you're going to be doing it, that sort of thing. How many Pokeballs do you want, kind of thing, and how many Pokestops can you get to? The company has it all worked out. But, in the case of another game that I'll be reviewing in the future, maybe a little more, Dragon Sang, online, you only have so many spots in your inventory or in your area for supplies, and in order to get more spots, more little square things to put your stuff that you have, you have to pay some money to get little, and so, yeah. Think of, and the funny thing is that Dragon Sang is, for instance, my experience, more enjoyable, certainly, than a game like Adventure Quest. They're both free, but Adventure Quest has all these extra things that you can get if you pay money. But Adventure Quest is its graphics are very low level. And it is kind of geared toward kids. Kind of like, was it Magic 101 or something? Or Wizards 101. Even though Wizards 101 has better graphics, both those games are kind of more kid-oriented toward kids. Dragon Sang, obviously more teens, young adults, basically. But, I don't know. It's just a question of if you think it's worth it. And a lot of times, if you can't keep a game, or you can't hold on to a game, if it doesn't, I feel like it's just, if you're going to spend money and it's going to go away, it might not be worth it. For instance, with Facebook's Zynga games, remember that? When Zynga was a big deal. On Farmville, you could get certain colored cows, you can get certain little extra things in your little Zynga games, but you had to pay money for these things. And then what happens to your Facebook game? Well, you get sick and tired of it, you're bored of it. And I think Pokemon Go probably has enough going on with it, enough enjoyment to it, that I think I'll play it again in the future, of course. I'm just been very busy recently. But, yeah, so kind of, I think for the most part, we all prefer paying a one-time thing and then just not having to pay anything after that. At least I never did the monthly fee thing for any games. That's just dumb. Yeah. So okay, well, you mentioned a lot more about that too. This might not sound like a perk, but if you get just amazing tasting produce, it really makes you feel healthy. It's really tasty. Depending on what your normal experience is at a grocery store, even at more upscale grocery stores, nicer ones like Whole Foods, if you just really get some great produce, it can feel like a perk. Really, I mean that's why going to farmers markets seems like a perk. But really, we should have that kind of food all the time. But I mean, but I mean, if you just get some amazing tasting fruit, especially, well, vegetables do this, it can feel like a perk. Really, really fresh tasting, Libraries can be perks, but they more kind of used to be, like, it seemed that way. The internet kind of killed the library. Yeah. Video game stores. What about video game stores and video stores, movie stores? The old ones. Were they perks? Where can you buy a movie these days? I don't know. Fred Meyer, maybe? I don't know. Big department stores? Where can you buy video games? Mostly online now. I mean, I don't know. It's just a different world. I could try getting to that again, but with libraries, why own a book when you can read something online? It's Google Read, or read it, text online on the computer. I suppose some books are great to have because no matter what happens to your computer, you can always have it. Always read it. It's a physical, tangible thing. But books, they'll survive, the age of technology, but they are kind of seen as sometimes a little bit archaic. And, yeah, libraries have computers too. You can go to use the internet. I kind of think having libraries still have a library card is kind of a perk. Can be, yeah. Okay, so somewhat non-linear games, or games that are in between non-linear and linear, that have multiple very, very, very fun, interesting, deep, extremely enjoyable kinds of quests. So the good stuff, really good stuff, really immersive stuff that you just always wanted to do, or they intrigue you in some way, something about them. And you just paid for, I remember sometimes you get those kinds of games. It's amazing you can find a game like that. But you only paid for you only pay $15, $20, $30, even $40, but beyond that, I don't know. But I mean, when you can find just a game with tons of different things you can do, I mean, to me that's a perk, having lots of different things you can do in a game that you actually want to do, because the Elder Scrolls is very vast. You can go wherever you want to. But the question is, at some point, again, how interested are you in going to that 50th cave that looks just like the 10th cave, the 15th cave, or the 28th cave you went to, or I don't know. At a certain point, you just lose track, you lose sight of, you just keep marching on, these Elder Scrolls games. And so that's kind of a, anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. So, having a classical radio station, by the way, I think is a perk, because it's really enjoyable music. I'm surprised that more people don't like classical music. It can help you become more intelligent. It's just more enjoyable, a lot of it, especially if it's romantic style or film type music or orchestral stuff. It's a perk, and it's not as morally suspect. It's great stuff. Anything having to do with coupons or discounts for car maintenance is definitely a nice perk to have, to get. If a company sees that you have a lot of loyalty to them. Like, yeah, you get a little discount on your next lube oil filter. I love those types of things. I love them. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anything that's generally more, can be not so expensive, but something that you just use, get a big discount on or free. Oh, yeah. Or a huge discount. That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Insurance-related perks. Again, kind of like anything you have to do with contracts. Or a lot of paperwork. Yeah. Living by great parks. Yeah, parks, I think they're, I would almost say they're vital. I suppose you could get by without them, but they're, I think they're pretty important to have, but I think in a way that, they are kind of like perks. I mean, imagine living next to, not a noisy amusement park, but just a beautiful park with colorful playground and with some small little rides, maybe an actually merry-go-round. I don't know, or maybe a twirling little thing. And maybe some other things about, maybe the park has a flower garden, maybe the park has picnic areas, or I don't know, a lot of different things. I'll get to some other stuff in a bit. But yeah, I think having a really good parks nearby is a perk. It's a perk. Employees delivering groceries to you and things delivered to your doorstep. Is that a perk? I know there's those Amazon folks out there, it's Amazon fans, but I'm going to say no. No, not really. I mean, maybe there might come a point in time in my life where I feel like that's a perk, but definitely not right now. I'm going to go get my own groceries, thank you very much. I'm going to go buy what I need to, whatever store I need to go, and get it myself. And I don't need to have a bunch of packages always sent to me for things. I mean, people could steal that stuff from your doorstep. Now you could live in a very low crime area, but you hear about these things, right? Yeah. So anyway, so groceries. I know you'd probably be. I know that they're going to kind of stand for groceries, but I don't want some random person picking my groceries and then delivering them. I'm going to pick out my groceries myself. Absolutely. So, tipping waiters for their service. Is it a perk to have a waiter? It's something we do in the U.S. to tip them, but not really crazy about it, to be honest. But I don't know. I mean, what can a waiter do to make their service top level? Probably wouldn't have a whole lot to do with what they would say, really. But if they really kind of were able to get a good, really quick idea what you really wanted, what you're looking for, after letting you have some time to look at the menu, you kind of read between the lines. Let's say you had a waiter that could tell that you wanted something healthier, want some more vegetables or fruit or something, avocado. Once they got that, maybe it's nice having a waiter that can say, "Oh, you know what? Gosh, we have a salad menu. I didn't even show you. Or we have these salads. We could give you. We could kind of have it, not this big gigantic chef salad, but we can have a smaller salad. We can add avocado to it. We could add sunflower seeds. Whatever. But how many times does that happen? So I really think that would be a great thing to have a waiter be able to do. We don't always like and it's not the waiter themselves necessarily, but it's the restaurant kind of, but it's sometimes a little bit of both. But sometimes you'll have waiters that, I'm not talking about the like fancy restaurants with the wine and stuff, that's a different deal. But you'll have waiters that maybe they'll have a certain tone of their voice and trying to be, very. You can tell when they're really trying to get an extra big tip. Trying to be extra polite. You know what? Heck, if they're making the effort and they seem like they really want to be a good waiter, why not? I know, but we all know about those waiters, waitresses, whatever, that are using that artificial voice. Yep. Is it a perk having a waitress instead of going to get your food yourself? I don't always see it that way, but I definitely don't see tips. I think having waitresses get tips, that's a nice perk for them. If their restaurant would pay a minimum wage at least, then that would be a perk. But because these restaurants sometimes, you get tips from people, well, no, we're going to pay you less because no, that's ridiculous. So, but if waiters and waitresses got the tips plus their decent pay, hourly pay, oh yeah, that would be a nice perk. So that's United States, of course. It's weird how things are. I don't know how this all came to be, but this is kind of a hot topic, somewhat of a medium hot topic on YouTube, I think. So I'm not like crazy about that whole system, but I think it can be nice to have a particularly again, a good waitress or good waiter. It can be nice, and they just really, and maybe they, it's all kinds of things you can go there. Helping you understand a foreign language thing, sure. But pizza delivery, is that a perk? Again, if you have to spend all this extra money for it, yeah. If you don't want to cook, and you're too tired to go and get fast food, sometimes it's nice, but again, it's a little pricey. Increasingly, maybe that's why Pizza Hut has their little deals in that case. I think the combination of delivery, even late night delivery with the pizza deals, if it's a good enough deal, I can see it being a perk. Absolutely. That combo, you're too tired to cook. Like, I don't want to clean. Sure. How about buffets? Are buffets perks? If somebody else is paying, okay, sure. For a lot of buffets. Chinese buffet. I haven't been to one of those in a while. Not the type of buffet that, if it's already a really awesome Chinese restaurant, which they probably wouldn't even have, they wouldn't do buffets, they'd do like a big family dinner or something, whatever. But the only buffets I think that are worth going to are Indian buffets, and their kind of buffet food is not. It's not as big of a jump down from maybe what they would actually serve someone. At least the Indian buffets I've been to, I still thought they tasted great, but then again, I imagine there's some folks from India that would be extremely choosy about their food anyway. How hot it was, or just left out too long. That's not necessarily anything having to do with food safety, but just how is it nice and toasty, hot? Are the flavors right? Is there a good combo of flavors? And is there enough variety? That kind of stuff. Sure. So going on. So unless it's an Indian buffet, or unless someone else is paying, I'm inclined to see buffets. It's not much of a perk. There's probably some other buffets that might be I don't know. Cheap movie theater prices, cheap movie theater food prices as well, matinee prices. Well, there's a really inexpensive movie theater, I think in North Seattle. And I think that's definitely a nice, how would I call it, almost lifesavers for some people that are really into movies and stuff. I think that's a yes. I think those lower matinee prices are, I would call them a perk now. How get to the question? How do movie theaters make their money? Well, they make most of their money from food that they sell, apparently. Not really from their ticket prices. I don't know. I just what I've heard recently. I just the whole thing is just weird now. I don't know. But well, yeah, if you can find cheap place, movie prices, cheap food. Food is great. Theater is great. yeah, yeah. But it's a movie, It's more important things, but hey, for that matter, when you find a great free movie on YouTube, that's increasingly a very nice perk because YouTube there's not a whole lot of great movies as much anymore on YouTube because of copyright things and And by a similar token, it might not be a perk to watch a free movie on a lot of other websites because they can download things to computer that aren't so great. So, not so much a perk. Owning the movies you want to see over and over again. That's kind of a perk. I have a box full of movies that I probably haven't seen for quite a while. But still, it's nice having them. Hey, you can always sell them or give them away. The ones that at least you don't want the most. There's always those movies that you really want a whole lot to. So it's kind of a perk to own a lot of movies. I haven't seen that for a while. I can see that again. What's a lot more enjoyable though, of course, is sharing movies with people. So all your friends, they have movies, you have movies. Your friends see what movies you have, and hey, I haven't seen this movie before. You see that once. I'll trade you that movie for this movie. Honestly, just like you had this, what's in your lunch type of thing in elementary school, and thinking adults, we can have our little trades with movies. Not just food, we can do movies, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I am a pretty big, I've seen a lot of movies at this point. Just the movies that I'm more interested in. So I'm not really a movie buff, but in my area of interest. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So, anyway. Having less stuff to clutter your life. Is that a perk? Depends on the stuff. Depends on if it's cluttery. To you. I don't know. I think it gets a little bit of that question lies a little bit outside of the ring of perks, but gosh, if you just have a lot of old junk, or things that they really are junk, but they're barely not junk, but you can still kind of hold on to it. You just have a lot of that stuff. If you got rid of it all, I imagine it would feel more like a breath of fresh air. It would be a huge perk. I imagine. So, garage sales. Garage sales are definitely perks. And then some, for the people that owned all that junk. And they got rid of it and they got some money back. And then the people that bought that stuff really wanted to buy some of that stuff. And they hopefully got their money's worth and they'll hold on to it. All sales are final. So yeah, garage sales. Garage sales are awesome. Facebook. Is Facebook a perk? I've come to the conclusion, if you can fully communicate with people you need to or you want to communicate with outside of Facebook, if you can do that, then you have no need for Facebook. None. None. Right? No need for it. Now, I know that, again, there's that Zynga era. I know that there's these little things that fun things you can do on Facebook. I know how easy it is to get stuck into that stuff, but, and then, the I am thing. Oh man, it's so great to be able to I am. But a lot of people, as a person, a lot of people just ignore I ams. They're busy with something else online. You can't always tell when they want to be I am'd. And Facebook is coming up with ways to become more personable by having different kinds of emoticons, smiley faces, and things. Again, is Facebook a perk? Yeah, but it's not as big of a perk as you might think it is sometimes. I don't know. Free junk food, right? So when you come to, my church, we have, something called a family home evening, or for single people, we have singles get-togethers for FHE, but it's not really, it's these things on Monday nights and things. Or you have free food at a dance, or you have free junk food, whatever, at other places. Whenever you have free food, or especially in this case junk food, I don't know. Well, it depends on if it's a perk. I would think it is more of a perk than not, but if there's a lot of stuff that's just gonna make you not as healthy. And again, the older someone gets, the more that unhealthy food is not a perk. So, yeah. Maybe it's more of a perk when you're younger, less of a perk when you're older. Good go passes. I imagine, so have, going down I-405, if you live in the Seattle Bellevue area. And not, be able to use those lanes where you can go a lot faster. Is that a perk? An associated question, maybe using the toll bridge, or the 520 bridge. Their toll lanes. Is that a perk? To have the good go pass. But I guess another question would be having like a bus pass as opposed to paying for it. Well, it just all depends on how much you're using those things. It's not much of a perk. But if you're always if you're always using the bus, or always using those I-405 like a lot, then having a good go pass, that's what you want, but I don't really see it as much of a perk still. Yeah. But for that matter, having a gas card, or having a rewards card, no, they're not perks. I've had some Indian lady, she's a nice lady, but she was trying to give me a card. Another just gas-related card. Recently, we like free gas. We like very discounted gas. Of course, we would see those as definitely being perks, but small little discounts here and there, little stuff. You get free cookies or something, free coupons. I don't know. No, that's not a perk. It's one more thing you have to carry in your wallet. Oh, by the way, speaking of cards in your wallet, is it a perk to have all these people's business cards in your wallet? Is that a perk? No. But if you actually would use their services, you would in the future. It's kind of a perk, At the very least, I use the back of business cards sometimes to write things on them that I need to remember if I don't have anything else in it. I want to write something down to remember it. For that matter, there's a program on my phone that, is just like a Word document kind of program. You just write notes and things. I think that's a perk. It can be a perk. A lot of people think it's a worthless program, but gosh, maybe the fitness thing they have on there is worthless. Basically, I don't know. It all depends. But having just a basic Word document thing on your cell phone, yeah, that's a nice perk. That comes handy. Yeah, write notes to yourself. Absolutely. We all need this. We all need stuff like that. Or whatever your system is for keeping track of all the stuff you have to remember. Owning a gun. Is that a perk? Depends. I'm slightly more inclined to say yes than no, but it depends on if you're well trained in the use of it. We don't think of owning guns as being in the perk range necessarily, but there are cases where I think it would be a lifesaver to have a gun, but they're so few and far between that, Isn't it funny how insurance works sometimes too? It's always the things that are never covered that seem to happen to you on Blue Moon. They can just devastate you. Insurance. Gosh, I hate it. I don't know. Again, first world, developed world, what things you have to deal with. Air conditioning. Is it a perk? Yeah. It's hot enough sometimes in Western Washington even that when you don't have air conditioning, you want to stick your head in the freezer. I've tried to get to the point where I'm a tougher guy when it's really hot and sweltery, but you get in a lot of places in the United States, I think that air conditioning is kind of mandatory, so to have it, so it would be different, but gosh, I don't know, it's expensive and things. If there was a way to get less expensive air conditioning, swamp coolers, I don't know. I don't take air conditioning for granted anymore at all. Is heating a perk? No, we can keep going on the list. I don't really see having access to fresh water, pure water as a perk, but gosh, if I lived in a place where that wasn't the case, yeah. But water is pretty vital to life, so I think, again, that goes beyond the perk range into the necessity range. But heating, yeah, if you lived in Canada, Alaska, or something, or Siberia, having heating, less expensive heating especially, that might, you can always bundle up, I suppose, but yeah, so free fireworks shows, is that a perk? Is it free or does it cost money? If it costs money, it's definitely not a perk. If it's free, it makes me want to just have my own fireworks show, buy my own fireworks. But a lot of times people say fireworks rip off. Depends. Sometimes I think it's like if you get your own fireworks, and then when you light them off, it's like you picked the firework. You were the one that picked it, and if you lit it, especially you can let someone else light it. When that thing explodes, it's just, I don't know. For me, it's an exciting feeling. It's like, I picked it. I was my firework. This is something that I think I maybe retained from a younger age, but fireworks shows, not much of a perk. People are also worried about safety with fireworks. If you have a brain in your head, you'll know at a point in time what sorts of things are more dangerous or less dangerous with fireworks. Come on. But if you're younger, you might, if you're kind of goofy and fearless, it's where it's into some trouble zone. I don't know. Whatever. So parades, are they perks? Sure. They sometimes throw out stuff like free candy. Right? You know, maybe sometimes you get a free little U.S. American flag. You know, I don't know. It's fun to. You can act like a goofball if you want to. I'm not saying be too unruly during a parade, but the times when maybe it's not quite as much of a perk is when other people that want to be goofballs are being pain in the necks and want to move to a different area of the parade just to avoid those weirdos. People that are drunk and stuff. I don't know. We have police that watch that kind of stuff, but yeah, I mean, parades. I tend to see those like nice perks. You know? Free recital space. This is more for music teachers. Yeah, that's in the perk range. That's a nice perk to have. Very much. Yeah. Oh yes, I know. Free or inexpensive zoo nearby. Yeah, just a question of how crazy you are about zoos, I suppose. You might see a zoo once in a while. I imagine it's more for kids, but I can see sometimes, depends on the zoo or similar kind of place, what it's like. I imagine some adults probably go to zoos just to pass the time if they're older. They like to watch the penguins. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Again, I think a lot of times zoos are really designed for kids, but not always. I don't know. I can't really say that it would look a bit odd to see a grown man making faces at baboons and stuff, but you know, I don't know. Self-defense. You know, yeah, you know, especially if it's free, man, that'd be a nice perk. But I guess the question is, why do we like zoos if we're not kids anymore? What would be fun about a zoo? It certainly wouldn't be the smells. We don't like that. We can tolerate it, I suppose. It depends on the nature of the fecal matter things, but I don't know. I mean, like, you know, we'd love to see tigers chasing each other. You know, we'd love to see elephants showing affection. Mom elephant has her trunk around her baby elephant, and you know, it's heartwarming. Or, you know, sure, or all kinds of other things. I don't think we want to see another animal eat another animal or attack them, but some of us maybe yes. Yeah, it's kind of you know, and monkeys playing behind the glass, kids, you know, kind of, you know, maybe mimicking kind of thing. That's all fun, you know. Yeah, zoos are kind of fun. I think at some point though, we probably want to go back to the flower garden. We probably want to go have a hot dog, or want to, you know, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, we have petting zoos and things in some places, in some zoos. And I remember when Point Defiance even had a petting zoo, and gosh, that was a nice perk. You know, you kind of took it for granted, but then when they didn't have it anymore, and you're like, oh, geez, man, you know, it's not like I live in an area where people have a bunch of horses. It was nice being able to pet the horses. You know, you have to watch your fingers. You know, pet the sheep. You know, yeah, that's nice. I love animals. You know, maybe it's not as big of a perk as some people might think, but I think it's a nice one. Coupons when you go to the store, are they a perk? Most of them, no. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes some coupons are, I think, in the perk range. Just depends on how much you get off something and how much you want to buy something. But they're like your you're just, very low. They're just, sometimes only worth, I don't know, pennies. But still, yeah. Halloween. Is Halloween a perk? Only if you're a kid. It still kind of is. Gives you another excuse to buy candy and watch scary movies. Christmas, hey. I didn't mention Christmas. Christmas is more than a perk. Thanksgiving is more than a perk too, but especially Christmas is another level. That's another level of, I think. But. Okay. The weekend. Is the weekend a perk? Not so much if you're self-employed. Depends on your job. But kind of. I think any day where you don't have to do anything, that's a nice perk. Vacations, are vacations perks? Depends on the vacation. Odd things. So, free TV. If someone else pays for TV and you can watch it, it's a perk of living there. Yeah, that's a nice perk. Kind of. Just depends on what's on TV. Okay, maybe I've said before, but I'll say it again. And there's a lot of things on TV that are just not worth watching at all. Nope. When I was younger, TV was it was really, really appealing. Now, gosh, I've seen so many movies, over 1,000, easily, 1,500 even, maybe more than that, but it's the thousands, and I don't know. If I see something on TV that's worth watching, sure, it's a nice perk to have, to not have to pay for it. But I'm kind of lucky if I find something that I really want to see. Because a lot of times it's just, oh, that's nice background noise. that's what it is. So, but, if someone else wasn't paying for the TV, I wouldn't have TV. No. Free utilities, that's definitely a perk. But it's pretty rare to have that. It's not very often you can find a place for free utilities. So, owning a dog, it depends, but yeah, it's a very nice perk. Just to clean up their poop, you have to feed them, and you have to go on lots of walks with them. It just depends on how much you really want to spend time with that dog, because they're gonna want lots of time with you. So I could see that being a no. But if you are a dog person, or you love dogs, I'm gonna say yes. A free family talk plan. This is free for you. Yeah, that's a perk. Definitely a perk. That's a huge thumbs up. Huge. A free app. There's a free app. I think that's a nice little perk too. I haven't really used it a whole lot, but in an emergency, I could definitely use it. It's called Toilet. This is a picture of a, toilet paper. But it lets you can find a bathroom, free bathrooms, no matter where you're at. The app will let you know if there's some bathrooms in the area. That's nice to have. Very nice. That's a nice little perk. Free virus protection for your computer. It sounds bad, yes. Oh, yes. When it comes to things like virus protection, gosh, if it's McAfee or Norton, yeah. Sometimes you have to pay for some things, but it's really high quality. But gosh, most programs, no, I don't even bother. I know that it's always the risk of being infected by more viruses because they supposedly free virus protection program you can get. Oh. And last but not least, free YouTube. Is having YouTube free, is that a perk? It's a basic human right, like having clean water. Anyway, Leave me your thoughts and comments below. Talk to you soon.